life that, and so emotional. It's so beautiful to meet her. Every time you meet her, it's always special. Good evening, everybody. Divya, congratulations. Like she said, it's a very, very old relationship, a very special relationship. This relationship was formed when Divya knew she wanted to be an actor, and I was sure I did not want to be an actor. But here I was, just going ahead with it because I got selected. I must say, everybody at Stardust Academy had really worked hard, gone through all those auditions, and like Divya says, I had kind of just waltzed in as the editor's choice. So I always felt I didn't deserve what I was getting, and I was trying to compensate for it a lot of time, but that's another story. But the relationship with Divya kind of started from there, and we don't meet every day, we don't chat every day, we don't kind of catch up. Once a year, I think we meet. She has selective things that she tells me, and then she'll tell me, I will tell you about this later. Later never comes. There are a lot of secrets that she keeps. But that's okay. There are a lot of things that she doesn't need to say. We just get it because it's her. She's so vivacious, so full of life that, and so emotional. It's so beautiful to meet her. Every time you meet her, it's always special. I read her book, cried, remembered a lot of things. It felt like my youth too, and my youth too, my God. But there's a portion in this book that I think reminds me of Divya's mom the most. I think it kind of shows what she was completely. So it's from the chapter called The Unconventional Star Mom, because I think she was really unconventional as a person, forget the star mom. This is the bit where Auntie, as usual, has accompanied her to the shoot. So Ma was with me throughout most of my shootings, regardless of whether they were fun or tough shoots. Her chair was always placed on the set, watching over me, but also befriending everyone from the spot boy to the director. Divya ki mummy, she was fondly called. I remember once we were in Rajasthan in the biting cold of the Jaisalmer dunes. No vanity vans could go after a point, and we were shooting at night. The temperature had dropped to -5 degrees. Ma insisted she'd come with the unit, which comprised only of about 15 people, to look after her daughter. She carried a bottle of brandy to rub on my hands in case I felt very cold. She was very confident she'd manage. No chair could be kept for her on the dunes, so my spot boy spread a mattress for her to rest on. In between my shots, I'd exchange glances with her, and she'd smile back, or I would go to her and she'd rub brandy on my hands. After a bit, it became very cold. I saw Ma had covered herself with the mattress she sat on. The director called me for the shot, and the song was played on the recorder. On the dunes, on that biting cold night, the song sounded mesmerizing. As the shot got cut, I looked for Ma and saw she had befriended a camel guy and was sitting next to the fire he had lit. She signaled me to come too, but the director called me again. After I was done with the shot, I looked for her again and I was startled. She was not to be seen. Where could she have disappeared amidst the dunes? I wondered. My heart skipped 1,000 beats. I asked my spot boy, Ma kahan hai? He also looked around frantically, and then he smiled and pointed out. There, far away, tucked in the thick blanket of camel skin, were two faces. One of the camel guy, and the other my mother's. A smile came on my face. She was gesturing again to rub the remaining brandy on my hands. Another kind of warmth filled my heart. It still does, whenever I think of my adorable mummy on the sets with me. Divya, all the best to you, to Penguin, and I really hope this book does really, really well. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Sanat.